All right, at this point, mods, cut the comments, please. Well, one of my mods, please cut the comments. Right, overachieving. Y'all can still keep tapping, though. Y'all can still keep tapping, though. Do I have a mod? Okay, cool, cool, cool. I bet. So, Pete, um, let me start off by saying this. This isn't going to be I guess, regular I Speak Live, so to speak, because frankly, I'm tired. Um, Many of you that have been rocking with me for the time period in which you've been rocking with me, whether it's from the beginning, whether it's been in the middle of my stint on TikTok, whether it's you just came across my page, many of you, it's almost like you can't help it, but come across the woman on this app that has been falsely accusing me of SA, right? And to be honest with you, this is going to be a little bit less about that because that we already know is cap. I've already got my paperwork from NCIS. All that's cap. You know what I mean? What this is going to be is in regards to the people, the volume of people, and the actions that were taken to attempt, and I'm using attempt in air quotes because nothing that these goofies have done has been successful at all. I'm flourishing in every area of my life. Big blessings coming my way here very shortly. So again, I don't really care too much about that. But what I do care about is the people that have been coming forward, well, the instances rather, whereby they've attempted to bring people forward to simultaneously accuse me of things with absolutely no proof, no receipts, no nothing. We recognize that when it comes to people like myself, people, it's almost like they salivate at the idea of, let me knock I Speak down a few pegs. He thinks he's this and he thinks he's that. No, I stopped thinking years ago. So if you're insecure and you got things you need to work on, that's on you. When I say things like, and I want to be very clear about this. When I say things like Google me, you don't know who you're talking to, you got the wrong person. I mean that. But I mean that from the standpoint of many of y'all think just because we're TikTokers that this is all that we have. You feel me? And this is no disrespect to anyone that built their following on social media and TikTok is all that they have. It's just that when you try to push certain narratives about people that have things going on outside of the app, it's like, you got to be careful who you're talking to. So in that regard, I stopped thinking years ago. I know I'm intelligent. I know I'm powerful. I know not many people can do what I do, period, on or off this app. Whether it's with my book, public speaking, my poetry, my workshops, my keynotes, any of that. And that's just on my confidence. And if you don't feel that way about yourself, number one, that's something that you need to work on in terms of your self-confidence. And then number two, you need to start providing, if not increasing your repertoire to provide more value to the places and spaces in which you inhabit. Which leads me to the live that I was made aware of that happened on yesterday. There's a young lady named Vixen, and I will be calling names too, by the way. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm subbing anybody. So if I have something to say about a specific individual, I will call your name, and I don't care how you feel about it. Long story short, there was a recording that Blaze put on his page. Many of y'all that don't know who Blaze is, it doesn't matter. He's insignificant. But he's someone that has been assisting this woman in, perpetuating the lies of falsely accusing me of SA and things of that nature. But there was a young lady named Vixen whom he, I guess, against her knowledge, recorded a phone call between them two. And let me pause to make a point really quickly. Stuff like that is the reason why not too many people have my phone number. And not too many people in the sense of that I genuinely rock with. Not too many people have my phone number because I be doggone. Anything that I say off this app, I can say on this app. But for you to call someone friend, for you to say that you cool with somebody so much so that they've given you access to their personal cell phone number and you are recording them against their knowledge, that's trash. And to me, it says more about your character, regardless of what they say. Now, let's be very clear. That is not me absolving her. What she said was cap. And she acknowledged that it was cap, but we'll get to that. The fact that you're out here recording people against their knowledge says to me that you are a piss poor human being. Because why can't you have that conversation with that individual live or on your platform the same way that you had it privately? Why'd you have to record them against their knowledge? Am I ever scared about receipts being dropped? Absolutely not. Because again, if you got a claim against me, drop your receipts. Let's see those receipts. And not a single goofy that has come forward. And I use air quotes with a lot of this stuff because a large portion of this stuff is social media nonsense. However, this is where I want to tie it all in for you all. Outside of the military, for those of you that do not know, I am in the United States Navy. Contrary to popular goofy belief, I am still enlisted in the process of seeking a commission to become a United States naval officer. You know what I'm saying? Toot my own horn. I've served 8 years thus far, honorably, never got in trouble. At least not nothing that stuck anyway. It was just bullshit within my chain of command. Just re-enlisted for another 6 years, which will take me to 14 at the end of that contract. Outside of that, I'm a professional public speaker, spoken word artist, workshop facilitator, keynote speaker, etc., etc. I do a lot of stuff outside this platform. However, social media, more specifically my TikTok, is a revenue stream for me. So yes, for me to be able to do certain things, as well as be able to, I guess, live the life that I do, not nothing super lavish or anything like that, TikTok is one of my revenue streams. So when people say and or do certain things, okay, I don't care who watches. Most of these goofies are blocked anyway, so they're gonna watch me from the inside, from the outside. It doesn't matter. They're gonna keep up with me regardless. I don't keep up with these people, which is why I even said about the live yesterday when I was chilling with Jolly in DC that if somebody gets the screen recording, cool. My thing is stand on business, have integrity. But again, we'll get to that. So no one else has to message me and tell me that any of these goofies are streaming my live. They love me. They can't get enough of me. Okay. So stop messaging me. And if you message me again, telling me that somebody is streaming my live, respectfully, I'm gonna block you because I don't care that they stream my live. I don't care enough about them to watch theirs. I know they're going to watch me. So let that rock. Okay. Moving right along. These individuals have attempted to go to great lengths to try and defame me. And with being a public figure, although people don't want to acknowledge it, those of us that are public figures on social media, we have a responsibility, not just to ourselves, but to our audiences. And in my opinion, after a while, it gets kind of old. However, I started recognizing what their pattern was. They would make videos, do lives. And as much attention that they could garner, they would get that until that dwindled down because people realized they're capped, they full of nonsense, and nothing substantial is coming of this. They have no proof, no receipts, no paperwork, no nothing. It dies down. They worry about somebody else for a few weeks, few months, and then they kick right back up about me to a brand new audience and or go into a brand new space of people that may not know me because I do my best to ensure that people recognize that this arrogant, pompous a-hole that people think that I am, that's not me. I don't have to use my social media to flex to people. I am the flex. So when I say that, I mean that. No social media numbers, no engagement numbers. I, Anthony Isaiah Highland, I am the flex. My drive, my will, my tenacity. I'm fine as hell, period. I am the flex. So I don't have to use all of those subsidiary things. Those are just parts of me. Those are not holistically me. You feel me? So in that, I do feel a responsibility to speak truth to power when individuals say and perpetuate certain narratives. Okay. certain narratives about me. So now let's get to the Vixen shorty. She, again, had a conversation with Blaze, I guess behind closed doors or wherever the fuck they talked at. And he recorded her. And in that recording, she states that I was trying to solicit pictures from her that she was uncomfortable with. And I don't know exactly how the narrative was perpetuated, but almost like I was trying to get me and I don't even like calling her my ex-wife, my children's mother, to intermingle with her in a type of situation that just wasn't true. You feel me? It just wasn't true. And that's that. He dropped the video, almost like a got you, I guess. And it's bullshit. Completely bullshit. I didn't even do no videos about it or nothing. However, she went live with Kappa last night and admitted that everything that she said was a lie and that, you know, she was in a bad way. And I'm just kind of summarizing the screen recordings that I received. She struggled with some, alcoholism or, something like that. And this is no hit against people whom are going through things. We recognize that people struggle with things all the time. You feel me? Which is why I kind of wanted to take this live in a different direction. Rock with me. While I was listening, the only thing that I could think about was some of the questions that Kappa asked her in terms of having receipts, right? 99.9% of these goofies never have receipts. Never. There was a time where there was this woman named Tanya Michelle, some goofy live up in Canada, attempted to drop receipts on my background. There was a charge on there that was unspecified. Apparently, based on a screen recording that I received, Vixen took responsibility for being the one that gave that over to police, Tanya, all of them. Again, all of this stuff is just things that were said to other people. The point that I'm making is that in that same recording, she states that she told them that it was a speeding ticket. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. How she knew that, I don't know. When I saw the video that Tanya, no, actually, I think it was a live that Tanya did. I called the clerk's office myself because I'm like, what is that? And the county that it was in at the time when I was in college, I was dating a girl that went to Bennett College for Women in Greensboro, North Carolina. So in my mind, I'm thinking it had to have been a speeding ticket. I called the clerk's office. That's what they told me. It was a paid off speeding ticket. And I'm just like, so here y'all are pushing this narrative that it was a charge of a sexual nature. And based on what Vixen said, they knew that. But they still tried to run with that narrative to attempt to defame me. Then you had the consistent things that Tanya was doing, so much so that at one point in time, Tanya Michelle was feeding me information about Blaze, sending me screen recordings of Blaze's live, of Police's live, of Granny Coy Bundy's live, all for no other reason but to destroy them. But then a few months later, she's over there canoodling with them. Few months later after that, they're no longer cool. And all of a sudden, she's exposing Polisa and no longer believes her, but yet spent months perpetuating the lies against me. That was another situation. Then there was some random white girl. Her name is Ashley Cohen, Ashlee Cohen, Cohen. Oh, yeah. I'm calling names and governments. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, Blaze's name is Shay Dotson and Police's name is Alicia Wilson. Because I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all. And I truly do believe that people need to put faces to the names, not just usernames, because everyone knows my name is Anthony Highland. OK, y'all won't stop at anything to ensure that people know that. So I want to make sure that people know what y'all names are as well. And no, this is not doxing them. This is public information. OK, cool. There was this white girl that they solicited assistance from, Polisa and Tanya. And she sent me the receipt of a phone call that she had between her and Polisa, to whereby they prepped her before that live to lie on me and say that I was in Atlanta and I tried to essentially harass her in a way that I tried to use my social media to flex on her, and that I pulled her hair, assaulted her, chased her out into a parking lot, a whole bunch of nonsense. Long story short, I ended up showing my bank statements to prove that I was in Hawaii at the time that Shorty said what happened because it didn't happen. Then come to find out she was promised sympathy cash apps on that live to, quote, pay her rent when she wasn't even in Atlanta during the time period that she said she was. She was actually in Colorado with her black boyfriend. So you enlisted the help of a white woman to lie on me. Now, here you have this vixen nonsense to whereby I actually came across a live. Her boyfriend, his name is like Mike C, Mike N, something like that. I went in his live because I heard he was talking about the situation. And I don't want to make it seem as though I like pressed him. However, I did make a few comments because I didn't like the fact that, in my opinion, I felt like he was downplaying it. Oh, this happened months ago, years ago. This is about bringing up old stuff. Woo, woo, woo. This is my life we talking about. Then he had the audacity to make the statement that she feels bad, and if she knew that they were recording her, she wouldn't have said it. My thing is, you knew when you said it, it was cap. You knew when you said it, and on that live, she said to Kappa, when I told him that, I also told him I didn't have receipts. However, apparently, there was some narrative that they wanted her to push that she wasn't comfortable with. At least that's what the story is. So when that didn't happen, all of a sudden, she's excommunicado. And one of my issues with people moving forward, and after I make this final statement, mods bring the comments back. One of my issues was all of these people that have contributed in some way, shape, form, or fashion to perpetuating the lies against me, contributing to the lies with false narratives, saying things that they just know are cap, that they have no proof for, no receipts for, all to jump on the ispeak hate train. They didn't care about my life. However, a trend that I started to see was once they fell out with anyone on that side, all of a sudden they wanted to do a tell-all about their experiences. And in my mind, I'm only forced to believe if you would have never fell out with them, would you have brought the truth to the forefront? So this is where I shift the narrative. Every few months, they try to bring up a new character. They try to introduce a new character. Mods, bring the comments back. I want to open the floor right now. And I know many of you are probably going to be like, this is a trap. I promise you it's not. Anyone that has ever been on that side, that has contributed to lies against me, was manipulated by them in any way, shape, form, or fashion, promised cash apps, whatever you were promised to lie on me, I want to give you an opportunity to come forward and tell me to my face. The box is open. I want to give you an opportunity to come forward and bury the hatchet right here, right now. Because I was made aware that there are people that want to come forward, but they're apprehensive because they think that I'm going to cuss them out or fuss them out or anything like that. And each person that comes up, I will cut the comments, allow you to cook. You feel me? You're not going to be disrespectful to me, period. You're not going to do that. But I want you to come forward and I want you to speak your piece. I want you to speak truth to power and just be honest. That's what I would like. And I want to hear you out and I want to see what you have to say. Because apparently there are people that want to come forward but are apprehensive toward doing so. Because they know they won't. All I can do is just provide the space. That's it. That's all I can do. So the box is open. The box is open for you to clear your conscience and atone for whatever it is that you contributed to. The box is open. If in fact you are blocked, please let one of my moderators know so I can go and unblock you. If in fact you are blocked. The floor is open. Hey, and right now in these comments, stop making comments about them. I want them to feel comfortable coming forward. Quit with the judgments and all that. You can save that for later. And honestly, Aunt will likely give grace just for coming up. Absolutely. All of this, back and forth nonsense, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's played. A better man in person than me, Aunt. I'm so proud of you. I just want them to be honest and come forward. Because here's the deal. If in fact you do, I ain't got no smoke for you. I just want to hear what you got to say. That's it. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I know that they're listening. Blaze's time is numbered. I'm sorry. Shay's time is numbered with Alicia anyway, because here he done made her look stupid again. Because here you got another person that was being manipulated by her that then came forward and acknowledged it was cap. I was lying to her because she was lying to me, which, again, I don't even agree with, because why the fuck did I have to catch a stray because of that? All because you were mad at me over whatever you were mad at me about. But it's cool. Come forward. Atone. Speak your piece. The box is open. I just don't want anyone to say that I never gave space for individuals to do so. Because a lot of this stuff, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I dub it. Oh, they doing a live. They talking about you. Okay. I got people pushing a narrative about me because I just got a brand new car. Oh, that's a family man's car. That's not a single man's car. I still got kids. Apparently there's someone on TikTok, I don't know who the user is, talking about I scammed my audience to pay over 30 G's for my car. Where? Where did I even ask y'all to pay for my car? We pocket watching now? Huh. Because I said, oh, I'm big comfortable. I'm not worried about these goofies. In the past week and a half, I've done 5 podcast interviews. I've been on TV twice, and I just got a new car. That's what I said. That was the statement that I made. So I'm not worried about these goofies. Nothing they're doing has been successful. Nothing. So it's just like, I didn't even get that. And you have a job like, no, I have a career. Something that a lot of these goofies don't have. Broke, busted, and disgusted. Most ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And they struggling. Been on the struggle train the last 3 years. Ain't none of these goofies successful. And just like I said in my video, I've never met a single hater on this app that's been doing better than me. I haven't met one yet. Anyone that's done hated on me on this app, not a single one of them is doing better than me. Not a single one. And you can take that to the bank and cash it. Veterans get hella discounts too, especially through Navy Fed. Right. So they mad at you because they stuck. Facts. Mwah. My bad. Thank you, Mary Jane. Mwah. So like I said, the box is open. Come speak your piece. CarMax is beyond amazing to buy a car. Yeah, that's where I got my car from, CarMax. Hey, what's good? Girl 6, what's popping? And you know what I also find very interesting? That individuals like this will host these marathon lives about me, right? But won't come and talk to my face, even when given the opportunity to do so. That's the part that I don't get. And then they'll leave my live and go and have these subsidiary lives when they could have just came and talked to me. And I don't get that. And I just keep on going about my day, being successful, getting to the money. You feel me? What kind of car did I get? I had a 2016 Ford Explorer. I got a 2020 Chevy Traverse. And it's fire. I love her. She's amazing. Amazing. Because if they came to your face, you'll embarrass them, I guess. But that's the thing. I'm not finna embarrass nobody. I genuinely want to give people a space to come forward and tell the truth. Tell the truth about your involvement, because here's the deal. This is what happens, and this is what's been consistently happening. It's not until they fall out with these individuals that they actually start telling the truth, essentially. Bruh, do they all just gather and be like, yes, let's talk about Anthony today? Right. Like, why not go to the source? Exactly. It would make sense to come talk to you when given the opportunity. And that's what I'm saying. But then they'll say, I'm scared to have a conversation. You read my comment and dismissed it. Keo, Loco, Han, I don't know if you're new to my lives, but a lot of comments do get ghosted. So maybe instead of accusing me of reading your comment and dismissing it, how about you ask if I saw it first? The way these right, thank you, Heidi. The way these comments are flying, I probably just didn't even see it. I have no problem addressing your comments. So again, I don't know if you're new here, but this ain't the time for that, okay? You can either be respectful or you can leave, period. Red Hill leak? He's talking about the jet fuel leak that happened in Hawaii when I was there. Yeah, it happened up at Red Hill. Yeah, like I had something to do with that. Right, read the damn room. Like what am I supposed to brief you on that? Am I supposed to tell you what the actionable items are for that? No, it was an atrocity. That's way above my pay grade. Ever notice how some will insist that the world revolves around their ego and schedule? Sometimes. I don't feel that way personally. Ant is a general. You would think. Is it possible for you to file charges on her for the lies, since it would be a waste to sue her? Technically, no. I would have to sue her because by technical definition, she never filed anything against me. All of this BS paperwork that Tanya has showed, cap. Reports, cap. Nothing has been put on official government documentation, at least not to my knowledge. And the things that I do have in works, I'm not talking about on social media. And those are going to take some time. They're going to take some time to come to fruition. Thank you, Lyric, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Y'all just feed his ego. He never addressed it and told us he couldn't help. Mr. Loco, let me ask you a question. What do you expect me to do? Tell me what you expect me to do about the Red Hill leak. No. Y'all leave him alone in the comments. I want to know what you're expecting me to do. As an E5 in the United States Navy, an enlisted E5, what is it that you expect me to do? Or what is it that you expected me to do, rather? I'm genuinely curious. The box is still open, by the way, too. Time is at 6:30. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to sit here all night. And also, too, Mr. Loco, you got over 1,000 followers. You can hop in the box, too. So we can have this conversation face to face. If you want to go that route, we can definitely do that. If you're typing anything, it's getting ghosted because I don't see it. So I'm curious what your thought process is in that regard. Mr. Loco, stop worrying about the comments. Are you going to hop in the box or are you going to tell me what you expected me to do? Because if not, you can leave. So you got one more comment. and then we're moving forward. Kylie, leave him alone. My daughter's name is Kylie. You can hop in the box or you can type it in the chat. What is it that you expected me to do? What's up, Candace? Thank you, Kylie. Yeah, please just leave him alone. Seems like a distraction to even mention that. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Oh, there you go. Bam. What's going on, boss?
Can you hear me?
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you turn your camera on?
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Wait, how do I do that?
Just click your face, and then there should be like a camera button.
Oh, there we go. Did that work? No? Hold on.
Appreciate you, Hawk.
Save. There we go.
Oh, there we go. What's going on, boss?
So during the whole Red Hill fiasco, you were stationed here still, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So us as Kanaka, we had asked you, because you had such a big platform, we didn't want you to address it to your superiors, right? We just wanted you to bring light to the whole situation, and you told us that you couldn't even talk about it, but you could talk about it because what happens outside of what happens outside of your uniform, it shouldn't be held accountable to you, because you're just talking about what goes on, and we all know that it's a detriment to the Kanaka, right? It's a detriment to Hawaii, what was going, or what the whole leak, right?
Right.
So we had asked you if you could just bring light to the situation, and you had told us that you couldn't. It was not something that your platform could be used for, but I know what your platform has always been used for.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your platform does bring light to situations that fucking media won't bring light to, right? That's always what your see, and people in your comments. That's why I'm not trying to look at the screen.
No. We cut the comments so that I could talk directly to you.
All right. So
because there's a lot of misconceptions here, and there's a lot of misunderstandings here as well, and I just want to clear those up.
Right, and I know people was telling, shut up, don't whatever, read the room. I tried to bring this to the room a year ago when the whole leak was brought up, 17 years after the leak even first started, right? So I brought it to you, and I believe 7 different Hawaii Kanaka brought it to your attention. And
no, that's incorrect. That's incorrect. There's only two people that's very incorrect. There's only two people that ever reached out to me.
I know Kaneke brought it to you, and
no. Okay, so I'm gonna stop you right there. I think you're grossly misrepresenting how people communicated with me. There was no bring it to me. I was called out in videos and in lives about not speaking on it in a very derogatory fashion. That's first and foremost. So it was no. I just let you cook. I just let you cook.
Go ahead.
So no, it was not brought to me in a very essentially, hey, you should speak on this. It was you got a platform. You're not talking about this. You need to talk about this. You're this, you're that for not talking about it. And that was very disrespectful. And I made that very clear to the creator,
Right.
the
Yeah. No,
woman
I
that
know
did
you.
that.
I know who you're talking about. Yes.
That did
Okay.
that. And I made that very clear that that was messed up. During that time period, we were giving a brief that on social media, we cannot talk about it. The nuance that a lot of people didn't know is that we are held accountable for what happens outside of our uniform on social media. We are still governed under what's called the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So therefore, when we're given a brief about something, I got 3 kids. And at the time,
Yeah,
a
no,
wife that I was taking care of. I was not willing to risk my job until I knew
wait,
what
hold
I
on.
could speak on. No, no, no. Let me cook. I just let you cook because there's some nuance here that's very missing. I was not willing to risk my job on how I take care of my family to talk about something that I knew I didn't know what the parameters of what I could say was. When I finally got that, I'm not sure if you or any of the other Hawaiian creators, I actually met up with two in Waikiki and actually discussed this and donated to 2 organizations as well as held an entire live about it. But yet that was never talked about. So this
No, it was
idea
never
that I
talked
just
about.
turned a
No.
blind eye to it and shut down every single Kanaka that came to me or any Hawaiian native that came to me is cap. And I hate the fact that that narrative continues to be perpetuated. It was never brought to me. It was very disrespectful the way that people came at me. And like I said, I'm an E5. That's way above this went to admiral level. So I'm sorry that I'm not willing to destroy how I take care of my family over parameters that I did not know. And when I finally did get those parameters, I did speak on it. I was actually out helping out, passing out water. Did y'all know that? No, many of you didn't know that. I actually went out and protested. Did many of y'all know that? No. Didn't seek to ask either, but held multiple lives disrespecting me, made multiple pieces of content disrespecting me, and I was just supposed to be receptive because I'm not native? No, absolutely not. Disrespect is disrespect, period. And that was not okay.
And it has nothing to do with you being native or not native. That had nothing to do
That's
with
the
it.
narrative that was perpetuated to me. Because I'm not native, I don't have a right to be upset at the way in which people came at me. And that's bullshit.
You don't care whether you're black, white, red, or yellow.
You're saying that other Hawaii creators didn't.
Show me who, and I'll address them the same. I'm the same way that I'm addressing you. That is why I came in here, because the last thing that I knew is that you didn't give a fuck. Right? Hold on, before you pop off again. The
Well,
last
I'm
I
not
knew,
popping off. I just explained.
the last I knew, you didn't give a fuck. Right? Or at least that's what the
That perception
picture was
was.
painted. Yes.
Okay.
So I came to ask if you still don't care, or if you can,
So essentially,
because
you
it's
came for
still
clarification.
happening. Because it's still happening, right? So I just needed to know if it fucking matters, right? Because if it just matters to just one fucking person,
Let me. So part of that live that was talked about, right? So not only does it matter, because it definitely does, where I talked about, how it affected the island. My son has eczema and it affected him.
yeah. See,
So this idea that I did not care about it, I definitely held a whole live about it. And I gave space to native creators to come up and speak on it. So this idea that I just turned a blind eye to it.
at the time I couldn't come up because I didn't have the 1,000 followers. I just got them, so I
I got
definitely
you.
would have came up. And sorry.
Well, I want to also apologize too, because I never meant for that to come off that way. And even in me trying to explain to some creators that I was waiting on the parameters to be able to understand what I can speak on and what I can't. This is how I feed my family. So I'm sorry if you think I just need to throw that away for the sake of putting up a TikTok. I'm not doing that. I will stand on what I need to stand on when I need to stand on it. However, I also need to recognize what my parameters are. And once I figured that out, I not only spoke on it, I helped I donated, protested, and gave Native creators voices. I didn't even lead the conversation. So all of these residuals that I'm getting, yeah, I'm gonna respond a certain way because it's just like, well, how much did you ask before coming at me the way that you did? And I never have to accept that from anybody.
I asked a plenty, right? But then I fell off of following you because because I thought that you just didn't give a shit. And then I just came across your page today, right?
I got you.
And to his followers, sorry if I didn't read the room correctly, but when your people are going through shit like this, you kind of don't care for the room. You care for your people, right? And
to that instance, I will say I wholeheartedly understand, and your feelings are 1000% valid. I knew nothing about the leak that happened 17 years prior. I wasn't even in Hawaii. I was not even aware. You feel me? However, when it did happen, I did do my due diligence. And just the residuals, I appreciate you coming back. You feel me? The read the room was more so I was addressing a different situation. However, I deemed it necessary to be like, damn, all right, cool. Let me back up a minute, because clearly this means something to you. And as it should, you feel me? So let me go ahead and give you that space, because maybe you just don't know all of the stuff that I did. And I'm not asking for a pat on the back. I'm not asking for a hip, hip hooray or any of that. I just want the truth to be told. I did not turn a blind eye like I just don't give a crap, because I do. I marched many a times on Oahu, at the Capitol, down in Waikiki, many a times. This is what I do, both on and off this app. So I apologize that thought process was even there, and I take full responsibility for that. You have every right to your frustration. I just was not rocking with the amount of disrespect. I truly do believe that in the sense of public divulgence, I understood. However, the narratives that were being pushed about me before folk even had a conversation with me.
That's what it was, man.
That was pushed an issue with.
Shit was pushed to where we were just supposed to believe that you were a piece of shit, right? And well, fuck. Everything that I've seen you do, you're not a piece of shit, right? Like, you may be shit sometimes, but you're not a piece of shit. Like you've taken shit, you've gone through shit. Like, give you a Nerf gun and you can take down fucking anybody, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, I've watched you since day one, right? Like, I've seen your Nerf collection. I know that you can fucking take out people, but it's like, man, we went through shit, and then people made it seem like you didn't give a fuck, and I could never get a conversation with you about it because, I never had the 1,000 followers. I just got my 1,000 followers, right? Mm-hmm. So I could never jump up and have a conversation with you, but I will definitely go out, and if I ever hear anybody talk nasty or negative about you, I will put that shit to rest.
I appreciate that, brother.
Because I just needed to. I know that it wasn't the time or place just now, but for us who are feeling the effects of shit that's going on from yesteryear, it's always the right time.
I got you.
So I'm sorry to your viewers.
No, you good. You good. Like I said, based on even just the fact of you acknowledging, you know what, I found your live afterwards and I still wanted to address it. That's why I was just like, I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard to talk to people in the comments sometimes because things get ghosted. That's why initially I was like, well, wait a minute. I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see your comment. And then when I did, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of nuance to this conversation. So just come on up. I have no qualms to, fuss and fight and all that. No. It was just, I was ridiculously disrespected for absolutely no reason. And I was still, even when I was even the one person that did try to, I guess talk to me or whatever the case may be, I wasn't even made aware of the situation. It was just demean, 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 demean. I'm like, whoa, what in the
Yeah.
world? And I was still being briefed on what was happening in general. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
these situations, I'm sorry, are very, very sensitive. And when it comes
It's
to what
very
our
sensitive.
parameters are and what they're not, that's what it boils down to. So and
And,
I've always done this with my platform. I have to stay consistently. My views are not inconsistent. My views are not reflective of the Department of Defense and blah, 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 blah. However,
I understand.
I still will get held accountable if, in fact, I go against the UCMJ and or the social media policy as outlined within my branch. So although it may not be fair, so to speak, we still get accosted for things that happen outside of us physically wearing the uniform. So I appreciate you coming up. And if in fact any further conversation needs to take place, my DMs are always open, man. Always.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing me up, bro.
Definitely. No problem, man. I appreciate
Thank
you
you for
coming up.
hearing me out.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
I will definitely bring it to light to other people when I see them trying to speak on their behalf for you, and then I'll bring it to you if anything. Thanks, homie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Peace
Appreciate you
out.
both. Mods, bring the comments back, please. What the hell? Are y'all doing it simultaneously? What in the world? Okay, one person, Mel, turn the comments back on. Thank you. Goodness gracious. Are y'all well? That was healing and wholesome as ever. Absolutely. Hey, Jasmine, how you doing, love? That was very respectful. Absolutely. And that's what I want to do. I'm tired of the